Awards and recognition, acknowledging elected officials, Jackson County employees, and community members who model exemplary service and dedication. Over the last several years, law enforcement in the United States has gone through many changes, which include attempts to build trust with citizens through increased transparency and legitimacy, and establishing best practices. Within the last couple of years, an Oregon revised statute was passed that required all law enforcement agencies over a certain size to be accredited by 2025 according to these new standards. And the Jackson County Sheriff's Office completed its accreditation in January of this year.
A couple years ago, legislatively, there was a ORS passed that said all agencies, law enforcement agencies of a certain size had to be accredited. And that's a process that you go through where they check into, all your policies, your procedures, your training, the way you conduct business, the things that you do on a day-to-day level, and then how you hire, recruit, train. Everything is put under a microscope, and that was a mandated function. And we had until I think June of 2025 to complete that task. And so when the ORS was passed, we decided that we would just jump on this, and I asked Sergeant Ainsworth if he would do that. He volunteered readily, but anyways, and then went after some grant funding to help with that process, and Natalie was recruited to do that as well. And so they got that done in about 8 months? About 8 months. And they did it well ahead of schedule, and we were accredited in January. And so I'm really proud of their work, and I would like to introduce Scott Hayes, who's with the Oregon Accreditation Alliance, to talk a little bit about that.
I appreciate the opportunity to address the Commission and present the Jackson County Sheriff's Office with its first award of accreditation under the leadership of Sheriff Nathan Sickler. A little background first. Law enforcement is experiencing a challenging society with increased demands of police accountability and transparency. As in the past, our profession must face these challenges and work within our communities to address their concerns. Accreditation is one step towards building community trust and legitimacy of our profession. The Oregon Accreditation Alliance was formed under the direction of the Oregon State Sheriff's Association, the Oregon Association of Chiefs of Police, and the Association of Public Safety Communication Officials, and we currently provide accreditation services for over 90 law enforcement and communication centers. Accreditation goals are straightforward: to support the continued improvement of law enforcement services, establish best practice through professional standards, establish legitimacy, accountability, and transparency, and enhance management of operations. For the Jackson County Sheriff's Office to become accredited, the agency must adhere to 106 law enforcement standards. Compliance is generally in the forms of policy, procedures, Oregon revised statutes, Oregon administrative rules, and county policy. Standards are established on best practices both nationally and through changes in Oregon law. In addition to each of these standards, the agency must show proof of compliance that the agency is following best practice. This is truly a monumental step for any agency to be evaluated by an independent organization and have its policies and procedures scrutinized. I know that a number of agency members were involved in the process, but I would like to recognize Sergeant Jesse Ainsworth as the agency's accreditation manager, as well as Natalie Avery. Sergeant Ainsworth and Natalie worked very closely with myself and the assessors throughout the process and did a phenomenal job in preparing the agency for review in a very short period of time. So Sheriff Sickler, on behalf of the Oregon Accreditation Alliance and its board of directors, I'm very pleased to present you with your first award of accreditation.
They presented us with a plaque for our office, just so everybody could see that. Nice. So we're very proud of that and this accomplishment. And I just want to say a special thanks to Jesse and Natalie, because their work, as Scott said, was beyond what was expected. We had a long time to do this task, and they did it in short order. And the efficiency is, again, one of our goals as the Sheriff's Office, to be efficient with our staffing and our tax dollars. And Jesse and Natalie did not disappoint us, and now he's able to do other tasks, and so is Natalie, which helps the agency even more. And so, very proud of you, of the work you guys did, and couldn't ask for more. So, thank you.
Thank you.